Hey guys, we're here with the Quintessential Quintuplets waifu good stuffs 5 cards that we've been doing for all the girls. This video here we're going to focus on Itsuki. We've got Victor here with us.
Hello again.
And yeah, just like most of the other girls, Itsuki does have a trigger for her climax focus. And her climax is the door trigger. This level 1 combo is from the TD. When this card attacks, if the door is in the climax zone, you can look at up to the top 4 cards of your deck if you have another quintuplet character. Choose a quintuplet character out of those 4 cards, add it to your hand, then put the rest into your waiting room, what we typically refer to as a Maguro combo from Puyo Puyo.
Yep. A solid level 1 combo gets you to your refresh faster, ideally while you're still at level 1. Filling your graveyard in an 8-door deck is always something that's welcome, as it gives you extra choices when you do trigger one of your climaxes.
And I think that makes it really good, specifically being having that selectivity off the climax trigger.
The level 3, unfortunately, I don't think is very good. 3/295 during your turn, plus 500 for each of their quintuplets characters. On play from hand to stage, heals to waiting room, and has a climax combo. When she reverses her battle opponent, you have to pay to discard 1 to shuffle 2 cards from your opponent's waiting room back into their deck, and then burn them for 3.
It's just underwhelming to me. Like, way too costed, the pay to discard 1. I don't even know if I like this on a pay 1 discard 1. I probably like it better, but you have to reverse. You need to have all quintuplets, so I can't play the guy if I want to play him in my deck. I'm probably not playing the guy in my deck. But to shuffle 2 back in, to then burn 3, there's still a potential to cancel. So unless you're hitting your opponent with like the appropriate deck state where you're probably sticking that 3 because of the additional 2 cards, the potential for 2 cards going into like a 32 card deck that your opponent has, not very impactful. The burn for 3 might stick in that sort of scenario, but the first effect of shuffling 2 back in, just not super impressed with it.
Yeah, if the cost was altered in a way where it either didn't have to reverse or was cheap enough that it would be very easy to get 3 of these off in the same turn, ideally costing 1 stock instead of 2, my impression of the card would be a little bit higher, but just the amount of hoops you have to jump through for an effect that doesn't seem like it has that much impact outside of your opponent having 5 cards in deck. It does not feel like something I want to be building my deck around.
The Brainstorm here works with Itsuki's archetype of the door triggers. Whenever you place a door into the climax zone, you can choose one of your quintuplet characters and give it 1 soul, kind of like the Konosuba movie Brainstorm does. It is a rest self Brainstorm to salvage a character if you hit a door climax.
Yeah, the only problem with this Brainstorm in terms of putting it into other decks outside of 8 doors is that she requires door triggers to salvage on the Brainstorm half. This would be a very strong card in a Maguro focused all-girls deck if it weren't for that fact. But as far as the Brainstorms go for the individual girls, I think this is the second best one, compared to the Ichika being the best one, the extra draw discard.
Yeah, the first effect is definitely probably the second best one. I mean, even the Yotsuba Good Stuff's level 1 combo, you would love to salvage because you're just milling all the time with that combo. But being limited to doors just feels really bad.
For our level 1 bomb here, continuing with the theme of climaxes, when you play your door climax, this character gets 1,000 power and on attack, pay 1 to trigger twice. It's very good for paying out climaxes that you happen to trigger on previous attacks. And she's also a level 1 bomb. A level 1 bomb that attacks for 5,000 power with a climax in play is very strong. It pressures weak level 1 climax combos that tend to float around 45. They're very annoying to back up on because they'll still get reversed by the bomb effect. And then if she survives the turn and reverses her battle opponent, your opponent might have to give up a direct attack slot when they attack her.
This is probably my favorite Itsuki card. Level 1 bombs are really good against standbys, and they're flying around everywhere, Data Live specifically. So this card can handle that. It handles those 4,500 level 1 combos that Victor mentioned. And, being able to trigger twice in an 8-door deck is just really good. I would potentially play this in a Maguro-focused Good Stuffs deck as well. Since you're going to be slamming that door at level 1, you're going to be playing this at level 1. It just synergizes really well, even with the 4-door focus, like Good Stuffs. So, this is a very strong card. I really like it.
And the last card we have here is an anti-change counter. When you use this card's counter, which is a 1-stock 2,500 power backup, you can pay an extra 2-stock and put one of your characters from the stage to the waiting room. If you do, you choose a character that's a higher level than their level and put it in the waiting room. It's a double utility card here. You can use it to remove their early plays from the stage, and then in the late game it still has the ability to deny your opponent reverses by sacking the character that they're front attacking. Really strong against cards like Birdcage Yukina, something that when it reverses you basically wins them the game.
Yep. Out of all the girls, only 2 of them got anti-change counters that were sack counters. The other 3 got discard 2. Itsuki was blessed with that. I think Miku was the other one. And this is, probably what you want to be playing if you're in red and need to splash it for the color and need an anti-change counter, which you probably should be playing as well. But yeah, this concludes our 5 bones for the Itsuki waifu deck. Thank everyone that watched. Unfortunately, we have this one ranked as the lowest powered waifu deck out of the 5.
Yeah, all the girls have pretty reasonable level 1 combos except for Miku. And all of them have good level 3s that synergize really well with their deck. Except for Itsuki, her level 3 leaves so much to be desired in terms of how strong it is based off of the cost you have to pay to make it work. And I feel like not having the best endgame really demotivates me from wanting to build her deck.
Yeah, if the endgame was even slightly less costed, I feel like I would feel better about it, but that really took away. Even Yotsuba, whose endgame, and if you watch the video in the description below, we aren't super high on, feels slightly better to us than this one does. But, maybe we're just completely wrong. Let us know in the comments below. Do check out our other videos in this quintuplet deck look at. And, thank you again for everyone who did watch.
Thanks for watching.